everybody. How you doing? I'm back again. You want to know why? Because Foodie Beauty is back again. That's right. Dr. Blue Couch herself. So, the last video I posted reacting to the water fast video, I showed you 24 hours after announcing her water fast, she did a mukbang. That's right. Our girl posted a mukbang. What a shocker. Yeah, she did that. And I wanted to react to it. Not so much for the food, but because on the comments, as you can imagine, she's getting roasted. People are not happy with Chantal. They are giving it to her. And I'm here for it because she deserves it. I've been checking the Twitter. A lot of people are saying that this was all just clickbait. Her going on a water fast and saying all the things she was saying. It was straight up clickbait. It was Foodie just doing what she normally does, just trying to create some kind of drama and controversy. She wants people to get mad at her because that would mean engagement for her channel. That means attention. She is desperate for attention because in her mind, controversy equals views, equals profit, equals money. So she did the video talking about a water fast. And then directly after that, doing a mukbang because she wants people to get irritated and mad at her. And that leads to more views, etc., etc. You know, same old song and dance, different day. So I checked out the comments. People are not happy. And I wanted to capture some of them before she gets rid of them because I'm pretty sure she's going to go through and edit the comments like she normally does. Or maybe she's going to use 100 of her sock accounts to post comments to boost her up. Anyway, so normally I start out with the stuff on Twitter. But we're going to do things a little bit different today. Let's mix it up. I'm going to go to the comments of the new video before she gets rid of them all, because I know she will. That's what she does. She wants people to get mad, to leave comments, to give her engagement, and then she deletes the comments when she gets a bug up her butt. So let's go to the video itself. We'll go over to the Twitters, check those out too, and then we'll do the actual video. So there's the video. Miss Blue Couch, who even though she has no medical knowledge, no medical training, she thinks it's okay to diagnose herself with a bunch of things and treat herself. She has no self-control. She's very impulsive, yet she thinks that she has the ability to diagnose what's wrong with her. What do the people have to say? What do they have to say, Chantal? Let's see. Ard says, this reminds me of the end stages of her relationship with Bibi. Unhappy, alone, no attention or affection from partners, so drowning yourself in food because that's literally the only thing you can do to feel somewhat satisfied. Well, she's always treated food as a source of comfort for all the negative emotions, and therein lies the problem. If you have a problem with food, you got to take all the anchors off. Every single one of them. You cannot use food in place of emotion or companionship or love. You got to take all emotional anchors off food. Every single last one of them. You can't look at food as anything for than what it's supposed to be. Food is supposed to be something that we put in our mouths to give us energy to go out into the world and do things. It's not a replacement for love or companionship or comfort or a call back to nostalgia and happier times. You have to have a correct relationship with food. You cannot give food more responsibility and more roles than what it's supposed to have. So she's with Salah. Obviously, she's not happy. I don't care what she says about, I'm happy with Salah. Obviously, you're not, Chantal, because you have put on more weight in Kuwait than you did back in Canada. So if you're happier with Salah, if you're in a healthier environment, if you're in a happy marriage, why is this going on? Your actions are not backing up your words at all. Let's see what else we got here. Tori says, same diet centers you got the food from that made you put on weight between weigh ins. Never change, Chantal. Never change. Oh, what does Foodie have to say in reply to that? Is this the same diet center she got the cheesecake and the lasagna from? And then after she ate that, she said she had the worst bee moment she's ever had in a while. And yet she's going to order from the same place. Oh, here we go. Y'all look at that. So let's go back to the first comment. Same diet centers you got the food from that made you put on weight between weigh-ins. Foodie says, I ate food in between. See, she's sneak eating. Clocked it. She's sneak eating. So what is the point of eating the healthier portions, the smaller portions, if you're going to eat in between and after, Foodie? The whole idea of eating the smaller portions is you're keeping count of the calories that you're putting in yourself and you're controlling the portions. But how does that matter if you're adding calories and food on top of that? It really doesn't, does it? Like it seems like you're doing this maybe for Salah. He's urging you to eat healthy. So you're doing what you need to do to pacify him so he won't be on your back. But when he's got his back turned, you're eating more food. You're doing what you want to do. And you know what? You can do that. You can fool him for a while, but you can't fool him forever because he's going to see you putting on more and more weight. He's going to see you getting more and more unhealthy, and he's going to figure out that you're lying. The only one you're hurting with this unhealthy eating is you. And as I've said before, your health and your life is entirely your choice. But if you're talking about, I want to go travel with Salah, I want to do things with Salah, well, it's not going to happen this way. But continue on this journey if that's what you'd like to do. Proud Unicorn says, even for a veteran keto carnivore fitness expert, a 40-day fast would be a major challenge. Why did she not spare us this crap? Because she was gaslighting, because she was, it's clickbait. And the sad thing is, there are people on Foodie's channel, they want to see her get healthy. And they've got behind her in the comments. You guys saw. I showed the comments in my react. There are a lot of people that were saying, good job, and I'm behind you, and wishing you luck on your journey. She got a lot of positive comments. And then she turns around and does this crap. That's why I keep telling everybody on Chantal's side, look, this problem she has with food, it's over her head. It's way over. It's sky high. This is something that she can't fix alone. This is something that Salah cannot fix for her. This is something that you, the viewers over there, you can't fix it for her. The only thing that's going to work with Foodie is locked down, strict inpatient. The kind of inpatient facility that Tammy Slayton is in right now. And she's gone through a tremendous change. She looks like a completely different person. And I say, good job, Tammy. You did the doggone thing. But she wouldn't have been able to do it without going in there. Because she was an extreme case too, like Foodie. That's the only thing that would work. Her trying to do things on her own and diagnose herself, not working. She's been trying to do things on her own for years, not worked at all. So trying to fool herself and say, I can do it myself, I know what I'm doing, ma'am, you're 500 pounds and you're only getting worse. If you knew what you were doing, you'd be in a lot better health. The fact that you are getting sicker and sicker and heavier points in the direction this thing with food is over your head. And you need help outside of yourself because you have no self-control. You're impulsive. You can't stop yourself. You need someone to take over and drive the vehicle for a while and be the control since you have none. Cheese Grater says, quit that water fast quicker than a beanbag in a hurry. Yeah, I know. Man, it didn't take but 24 hours. Carla says, so by the sounds of it, you got hungry and you freaked out because you don't know what hunger feels like to you, so you ate. What an almost tragic demise. Never changed, Chantal. At 24 hours, and she's claiming that something tragic almost happened to her. Funny how she says that something tragic almost happened, but did she go to the hospital? No. I would think if something tragic almost happened, she'd be rushed to the hospital, wouldn't she not? She's claiming that something tragic almost happened, but we never heard of a hospital visit. An ambulance didn't come and take her away. So, what do you mean that something tragic almost happened? You never even went to the hospital. The paramedics didn't come. You're over there lying, Chantal. Uh, Celium says, didn't believe you for a second you were going to do the water fast. My first reaction to that, here we go again with the continual lies. You will never cease to amaze me, Chantal. Don't be amazed by Chantal and her lies. Just keep remembering two things. Chantal lies, Chantal tells on herself. It's all you really need to know. Once you understand that, there are no surprises. Kondo says, be honest, this meal was just a snack, right? Maxie says 600 calories and she says, I'm full. And Chantal says, no. Chantal, you couldn't deal with meals that equaled over 1,000 calories to the point where you were doing double portions. And now you're saying you're only eating 600 calories. Yeah, maybe in front of the camera, but what about when the camera's turned off? Or after you finish filming the video? See, there's all kinds of room for you to be dishonest and nobody's going to know. But as I've said, the only person that's going to be hurt by that is you. Like if you continue overeating and indulging, you're only hurting yourself. You're hurting your body. You're not hurting anybody else but you. So lie if you wish, but the only person you're punishing is the person you see in the mirror without the filter. Maggie says accountability doesn't mean much without honesty. No matter what you tell or show your audience on camera, it's all moot if you aren't being honest with yourself. And sometimes the dishonesty might not even be intentional. Start keeping a food journal, and you'll see what I mean by that. There are plenty of free apps out there, and that will help you. See, people in the comments still trying to help Chantal. And I applaud those of you that care about Chantal and you have a good heart, good for you. But understand that you are looking at and dealing with someone who has no interest in helping herself. She's got all the money, the time, and the tools to make her life better. She honestly doesn't want to. Get that through your heads. And I say that kindly. She's not interested in helping herself. She's interested in profiting off of all of her hurt. Her hurt is making her entirely too much money. Food is her content. That's always been her content. She's never going to abandon it because if she did, she would have to find something else to make the star of her content. And she hasn't done it yet, and she's not going to do it because she's all about that let me be lazy and do the easiest thing imaginable to make money with my channel. She doesn't want to switch out the content from food to something else. And as long as she continues to do food content, she's profiting off of her hurt, she's monetizing it, and it's only going to get worse from here. Ella says, love that you are consistent with the repeats of your past. So she's consistent that way. Wretched and Divine says, thank you for helping me win a bet. They had some faith and said 3 days. I said you'll be eating today. I won. Watery foods ain't spring water. Keep watching my shorts, foodie. Well, I knew that it wouldn't last that long. I said I was thinking 48 hours, so I was close. No cigar, but I was still close. MM says Chantal needs to address her mental illness and then go to inpatient. Nothing, and I mean nothing else will work. Inpatient or not, that's the only thing that's going to help her. Kane says, why do you need desserts when you eat? Because she's addicted to sugar and carbs. That's why. She's a carb addict. That sandwich and soup are a good choice, but stop there. It's the amount of food you eat also. I'd start off just eating 2 meals a day if I were you, girl. That's your lunch. She's always got to include some kind of sugar somewhere in the meal, whether it's soda, desserts. She's got to include the carbs. She can't get away from the carbs. YouTube says, so will she just have a B moment later on tonight? I was rooting for you and you were just playing around. Yeah, she was. Clickbait. She was clickbaiting the audience, acting like she was really going to change and she's not going to change at all. So basically, what she did with that water fasting video is a just kidding moment. I'm really going to do this. Just kidding. She wasn't serious. And she wonders why nobody takes her seriously. Nobody believes her when she says something. You all think I'm lying all the time because you do. You wonder why no one believes you when you make a promise or you say anything. This is why, foodie. This is exactly why. Aaron says, so you fasted for a couple of hours and then almost unalived? How did you fast during Ramadan then? She didn't. She absolutely didn't. She didn't do that during Ramadan. That's how I knew she wasn't going to do like the 40-day water fast. CrossFit says you gain weight while on your diet, so good luck to you. That's because she's not keeping it honest with herself or anybody else. Jenny says if you're eating 4,000 calories a day, if you cut that to 2,000 calories a day, you will lose weight. Agreed. I said that on my last react. If she's 400, 500 pounds, it takes a certain amount of calories to maintain that weight. When you eat past that calorie count, you're going to gain weight. So let's just say it's 4,000 calories to maintain 400 pounds, 500 pounds. If you want to lose weight, cut it down to say 3,500 or 3,000. You'll lose the weight. You'll lose it slowly, but you'll still lose it because you're doing the calorie deficit thing. So if she's continuously gaining weight, that means she's eating more than needed to maintain a certain weight. More people giving her advice in the comments, advice she's not going to take at all. She's not going to listen. Yisha says, Chantal, you have to get healthier. It's not even funny anymore, and it's not fair to your husband to be worrying about your diets. Hold on a minute. This is where I get into Salah. This is where I have issue with him. Because Salah has been enabling her, completely enabling Chantal. He's the one that brings her the food. And I know that she's intolerable when she wants food. Yes, I get that. She pulls the temper tantrums. But he could easily put his foot down and say no. He doesn't have to bring her to go get fast food. He doesn't have to bring home fast food to her. He could just put his foot down and go, no. But he gives in to her. He enables her. I don't feel sorry for Salah because that idiot signed on to all of her. He sold his soul to the devil, Chantal, because he wanted to get paid and he wanted to get taken care of. He wanted to be a kept man. And he had his first experience with her when she went there for 3 months. He should have gotten the clue that she's a lot to deal with. And when she wanted to come back, tell her no. But he let her on back there. They kept their business transaction going. So any suffering that he's dealt with because of Chantal, he asked for it. He wanted to be a kept man and get taken care of and get a new car and get a new iPhone and get a new laptop, maybe have some groceries bought for his family. This is the price you pay dealing with somebody who's very extreme. But he enables her too. And that's what Chantal always looks for. She looks for enablers, people online, people offline, people who will either help her with her problems and fund the problems, or at the very least, stay quiet. They won't get in her way, they won't tell her no. She's always surrounded herself with people that tell her yes, or they just stay quiet and don't make up much of a fuss about it. So, listen, I can't look with any kind of sympathy of Salah. He wanted this, he signed on for it, he got it. Oh, KT says, I actually got one of FFG's polls right. Yay me and bless so many optimistic Bambis in the comments section. Aw. Oh, look at Chantal being salty. She says, well, you're the idiot for believing someone who doesn't show herself or what she's eating on her dumb diet, but okay. Are you mad, Chantal? Are you mad that FFG and the girl gang are going on the spike diet? I have to wonder if, because of FFG and this girl gang going on the spike diet, that prompted you to, do your health journey of your own. You really should never diet because of somebody else. You should do it for you. But getting snotty to this person, you're the one who looks like a fool. You went to everybody and made a big to do about, I'm going on a water diet and this is what's wrong with me. And I can't buy regular abayas anymore. And I was eating a bunch of food besides the diet food. You were the one that came to camera and said all that. You pretty much confessed what we already knew. So there was a poll about how long it would take you to break this water fasting, and somebody was actually right. And you're calling them the idiot? No, you're the idiot. For so many reasons. You're the fool. And regarding FFG not showing yourself, ma'am, you come on camera and you will not show your natural self. You have to have the filters on turned up to 100. So, in essence, you're using a living avatar with those filters. I dare you, I double dare you to show yourself on camera with no filters. How about that? Try it. Before you get into any reactors behind and say, you people don't show yourselves on camera. Well, neither do you. You're always hiding yourself. You wear the abayas, you have the filters. We don't see what you really look like. We get a glimpse though, but you're not really showing your real self. So before you have anything to say about FFG or any reactor not showing themselves on camera, you better look in the mirror. You know the person you see in the mirror is not the person that we see on YouTube. Okay? You're not showing your real self. Don't talk to us about not showing ourselves on camera. The Notorious says, you always do this. You have B moments and then suddenly hype yourself up to make drastic changes. You get hungry and resort to eating junk food again. Endless cycle. I don't like to call it a cycle. I like to call it a circle because it goes round and round and round. A cycle implies that there's one point where certain things happen, and then there's a break, and then different things happen after that for a while. There's no cycle here. It's a circle. She talks in circles. She lives in circles. It's just round and round and round we go, and where we stop, nobody knows. Just an endless circle of lip service and promises, and I change my mind, and I'm going to do this, but then it never gets done. It's a circle, y'all. It's a boring ass circle. HSF says you jump from one impulse to another, always excuses and rationalizing when you cave. I'm an addict. I have a personality disorder. You can't tolerate the smallest amount of discomfort. Making changes is hard. It takes willpower. That's true. And I don't like the fact that Chantal is into diagnosing herself. She hasn't seen a doctor in the longest for anything. So how can she say, I have this and I have that when you haven't seen anybody in so long? You want to know what's wrong with you? Go to a doctor, Chantal. They would know, not you. Say Dream says lying for views. Oh, times are really tough. Yeah, that's how desperate she's become. I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna gaslight people. I'm gonna clickbait. Just trying to scrape at those views and that money. It's a far cry from the Chantal that we saw in Cuba, who was saying, I've got so much money. I make so much money. Wow, things have changed, huh, Chantal? A lot of things have changed since then. A lot of people saying, what happened to the water fast? She was just kidding. She was just kidding. Let's see what else we got here. I want to capture all the comments before she gets rid of them. Let's see. Nobody important says really desperate levels of clickbait the last 2 days. You broke? Yeah. I can answer that question because she never will. Yeah, she is. She must be. And want to know how I know that? Because she's been exceptionally nice to people. And Chantal is never exceptionally nice unless she's low on money. When she's got lots of money, she's cocky, she's mean, she's arrogant, she's rude. When she's low on money, suddenly she's everybody's best friend. A friend in need is a friend indeed, as they say. And Chantal is definitely in need. So she's been Miss Nice lately and caring about her viewers, or at least caring about their pocketbooks. Let's see. And she's trying to be like the pity poor me crap. All right, so I got some of the comments. Let me get out of here and go over to Twitter for just a minute. We're gonna not gonna be there for too terribly long, but I do want to capture some stuff and put it in my React. So where are we? Okay, I'm just clicking over my Twitter. You hear the click, 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 click of my keyboard. Okay, we're going back over. There we go. There's my Twitter. Anybody that wants to find me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, Wild Girl Sarah. So here we go. Hidden Truth says Foodie Beauty, she couldn't handle it and blames her mental health, stating she thinks she has BPD. You know what I don't like? I don't like people self diagnosing themselves without seeing a doctor. Amber does it, Chantal does it. Oh, I think I have this. I think I have that. Well, you may think you may have something, but you won't know what you really have until you go see a doctor and they do, you know, a diagnosis on you. You're trying to blame something about yourself on something that you haven't diagnosed yet, nor has anybody else. So you're trying to use mental health as an excuse or a reason for acting and doing certain things. That's a bunch of bunk. You might be completely off balance here, Chantal. Like you may be thinking it's one thing and it's actually another, but you're not going to know what that other is until you go see a doctor and they look at you. But let's watch the clip anyway. Let's see what Mr. Dr. Blue Couch has for us today.
I don't think it can handle a 40-day water fast. I don't know what's wrong with me. I really don't. I don't know like if I have a personality disorder. I'm being honest. Like I don't know.
If you want, listen, Chantal, it's so sad to me. It's so sad. It's sad that there's so many people that care about you, and obviously you don't care about yourself. There's so many people online that care about you, and you don't care about yourself enough to help yourself. You want to get online and you want to complain and you want to bitch about your problems. but you don't want to treat your problems. You're just comfortable sitting in your little puddle, your little pity puddle, complaining about yourself, but you don't want to fix it. I have this, I have that, but you don't know. You're not interested to know. Because if you wanted to fix your problems, that might be a bit pricey. It might be time consuming. You'd have to go and get out of the house and go see a doctor and sit in the doctor's office and sit in the office and be asked a bunch of questions. There's like a whole process you got to go through because nobody can diagnose you over a phone or through a Zoom meeting. You have to actually get out and be physical. You don't want to do that. So you're comfortable with just sitting there and diagnosing yourself, and you can't do that. Somebody else has to diagnose you. So don't say, I have this and I have that, because you don't really know.
You know what my problem is? So every time you get nauseous and dizzy, because I was expecting to feel uncomfortable and a little sick, right? As you're detoxing, I'm not. I don't think it can handle a 4.
I think that Chantal might have perhaps some mental issues. Different people have thrown out different things, but nobody's going to know for sure until she goes to the doctor and they do their tests and diagnoses. Just guessing what might be wrong with you is not going to help the problem. You have to find out what's really wrong and then figure out how to fix it. Miss Anthropope says, Foodie Beauty is a lying liar that lies, but always gets found out. She ate before this. It's all over her tarp. Oh, look at that. Good screenshot, Miss Anthropope. Look at that. Boom. Y'all see that? Look at it. Can I pull that out? I think I can. Look. So she ate before she sat down to eat. Some people in the comments, Frankie says, to be fair, that might be a stain on top of a stain from a month ago. That could be true. Because we all know that Chantal is not about that life of washing her clothes and being clean. So it might be something that's stained, but if that's from a meal that she just ate, I mean, that's a big tell, Chantal. If you're wearing stained abayas on camera, that's foul. That's so foul. Shame on you. Kristen says it was all a stunt. Less than 24 hours later in Foodie Beauty, aka no, aka floorbound. Oh, the names is back to business and as usual with a mukbang. Oh my goodness, the names you guys come up with.
I'm now.
Hello, Foodie Beauties.
Well, hello there. I know, okay? You can say I'm a failure. I told you so. Get it all out of your system now. I have some ice water. I hope there's water in here. It looks more like ice.
I'm going to tell y'all something. Judging by the smirk on her face, we've seen that before. That's Duper's delight. And she loves to do that. She likes to troll. She likes to just do something really outrageous and then wait for the reactions. She's looking for controversy. She's looking for attention. That whole water fasting deal, she wasn't serious. She wasn't having a coming to Allah honest moment where I'm just going to be honest about myself and put it all out there because I want to get better. No, she was trolling. She didn't mean any of what she said. Any.
It always spills on me at first. Shoe kickers and rats. I don't know why I say that. Anyway, ice cold water because I'm on a diet. All right, let's get to that situation right now. Let me just explain. Let me tell you. Obviously, I'm eating again, and I'll tell you why in a minute. It's very dramatic.
And that's the same company that she ordered from before, the one that she ate the food, and then she said afterwards she just had a moment of weakness, and she had a B moment worse than what she's ever had. And we're back to the same company.
My cutlery. All right, so I have today from it's a diet center. This is pumpkin parmesan soup, 230 calories.
That already looks like a double portion, but go ahead.
Pumpkin parmesan soup sounds delicious. I love pumpkin. But pumpkin
That looks like a double portion.
pie is like weirdly not my favorite. Excuse you. Julia. And I have a turkey sandwich, 160 calories. It's on a multigrain bun.
Okay, I think that's the full video. We'll watch it in a minute. I just wanted to get the stuff on Twitter. But thank you, Kristen, for posting that. Oh my. Your agitation says, so Foodie Beauty went less than 24 hours without food, got dizzy, vomited, and then ate what she would have eaten anyway after declaring her water fast that no one believed she was going to do anyway. What? Huh? You know what it sounds like? It sounds like she had a bee moment and it made her sick. Maybe she ate a bunch of sugary stuff and her blood sugar got too high and that made her ill. I don't know, but that doesn't sound right. Because if she had a medical emergency, she would have gone to the hospital and she didn't go to the hospital. Hidden Truth says, Foodie Beauty, no more water fasting, back on diet. She's doing this for views and attention and has no desire to feel good and lose actual weight. She is only hurting herself, no one else, then copies ALR on the title of this video. Yeah, tell me you watch other people without telling me you watch other people, Chantal. Mrs. Robinson says, she says, so good, but her eyebrows are frowning. She can't fake an O moment. Too much chewing and she only ate half of it. Chantal is manic again and on a spiral. I think the painkillers from our Salah are behind it. Like, yeah, so I heard that she was taking the painkillers that Salah got for his ingrown toenail. She's taking those. I don't know how that would affect her, like why that would matter, but she was taking that. But let's watch the clip from Chantal.
It smells vanilla-y. So it looks like some kind of, I think it's puff pastry or something with like a custard. What is this?
What? Hold up. What'd you say?
It smells vanilla-y. So it looks like some kind of, I think it's puff pastry or something with like a custard. What is this?
And why do you need dessert?
Doesn't look very good, but you bite.
Oh. Oh, there we go. There it is. You're right. Like, she is frowning. She does not like it. Because trust me, if she did within the first second and a half, she would have been like making the moaning noises. She doesn't like it. Look. That wrinkled up eyebrows tell a story. And the story is, I don't like this. I want actual custard. What is this crap?
I don't know how to explain it. It has the texture of like a cross between a wet red pudding and rice pudding.
She don't like it.
It tastes like...
You can't have any pudding. How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat? Excuse me. She was talking about Pink Floyd not too long ago. You can't have any pudding. How can you have your pudding if you don't eat your meat? And you got the pudding and you don't like it. I love it.
Like vanilla custard. So good.
You lie, madam. You lie like the rug you're sitting on. If you like that so much, you'd be devouring it. You're taking your time. That tells me everything I need to know. We've seen you just get rid of a sandwich in like 3 bites. If it's taken you more than 2 minutes to eat that, you did not like it.
It smells vanilla-y. So it looks like some kind of, I think it's puff pastry or something with like a custard. What is this?
I'm sorry. That looks like a double portion. Y'all look. Look. Does that look like one portion or two? That looks like two to me. I mean, look at the size of that container. That's huge for a dessert. Most desserts are kind of small. Why does she need that much? Double portions. We see you, Chantal. We see you. I see you. I'm clocking it over here. Okay. So enough with that. Let's go on to the actual video. Okay. Here we go. I just want to get the comments of the video before she gets rid of it because you know how she is. The dirty delete queen herself. All right, let's do this. Whoop. Booger's got the zoomies right now. My cat is on one. She's playing with, it looks like a piece of plastic and treating it like a soccer ball. And she just ran out of the room. Here she comes. My cat's got the zoomies while I'm reacting. This is cool. Hi, Bugs. What are you doing, baby? All right, let's get on with the react.
I know, okay? You can say I'm a failure. I told you so. Get it all out of your system now. I have some ice water. I hope there's water in.
You know what? I'm going to say it. You're not a failure, Chantal. You're not a failure. You want to know why? Because you never tried. To fail, you have to try first. You never truly tried. So by that definition, you're not a failure. You never tried in the first freaking place. You can't fail something you do not try or attempt. You just think you're being smart by trolling people, and as I said, you're only hurting yourself. But go ahead, do as you will.
In here, it looks more like ice. It always spills on me at first. Shoe kickers and rats. I don't know why I say that. Anyway, ice cold water because I'm on a diet. All right, let's get to that situation right now. Let me just explain. Let me tell you, obviously I'm eating again, and I'll tell you why in a minute. It's very dramatic. So my cutlery. All right, so I have today from it's a diet center. This is pumpkin parmesan soup, 230 calories. Pumpkin parmesan soup sounds delicious. I love pumpkin. But pumpkin pie is like weirdly not my favorite. Excuse you. Julia! And I have a turkey sandwich, 160 calories. It's on a multigrain bun. So yeah, it has lettuce, turkey, and cheddar.
That looks like a sad sandwich. It really does. Where are the vegetables? It's just straight up bread. It looks like, what is that? Is that turkey? It looks awfully square. That's a sad sandwich. If regret were a sandwich, that would be it.
And then I have for dessert Ali, which is an Arabic dessert. It's like flaky pastry with like a vanilla cream inside. 210 calories.
You don't need that. So let's look at this meal. Let's really look at it. We got the big bowl of soup, which I think is a double portion of soup. It looks like it's a cream-based soup. It doesn't look like it's made only words. It looks like a cream-based soup. The cream is probably going to add more calories. And that looks like a double portion. The sandwich looks really, really small. And like I said, it doesn't look appealing at all. Where in the heck are the vegetables? And then she's got this big dessert, which she doesn't need. especially considering the fact that she just confessed in the video the day before that she ate the diet food and then she had a huge B moment. So if you had a huge B moment, why do you need dessert today, Chantal? You don't. You really, really don't.
So we'll have that for dessert. Okay. I'll open it later. All right, let's get 2 little dessert spoon. All right, and we have here, let's try this soup. Oh my gosh, looks good. It's hot. Beauty bite. Oh my gosh.
That was so forced. That was so forced. It's so good. You didn't act like it was so good. You forced that.
Pumpkin is sweet. Oh wow, that's good.
You a big old liar.
So, I think I almost passed away last night. Listen, I came to a
You know what I don't like? Her saying that. I don't like her saying that because it's not true. I know it's not true because she didn't go to the hospital. No ambulance was called. A doctor did not see her. Here she is trying to get attention, claiming something that never happened. I almost passed away last night. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Stop trying to stress out your viewers by claiming something that is not true. You want your viewers to worry for you. Why do you do that, Chantal? Why do you emotionally stress people out? You take advantage of the fact that your viewers care about you. You want them to worry for you. And at the same time, you don't worry about yourself. You don't take care of yourself. Worry for me, be stressed out over me. At the same time, I don't care about myself. Why do that to people? It's wrong. Why do you keep your viewers on edge? They can't relax around you. You're always saying stuff to make them worry. They're always worried about your health. At the same time, you're punishing your body. Don't do that to people. It's a wrong thing to do.
harsh realization, okay? When I did my 5-day water fast, that was like what, 5 to 6 years ago? My body's changed. My body has completely changed since then. I don't think it can handle a 40-day water fast. I don't know what's wrong with me. I really don't. I don't know like if I have a personality disorder. I'm being honest. Like
Well, let's see. We're not even 5 minutes into the video. And what have we done so far? You are throwing up the alarm bells for your viewers. Oh, I almost died last night. Now here she is using mental health. I have this. I might have that. I don't know what's wrong with me. Go get diagnosed. Find out what's wrong. Consult people that could tell you what's wrong. And then when they recommend treatments, take the treatments. But don't sit there and hurt yourself and then try to hide behind mental health as an excuse. Because if you have something mental health related, then if you're worried about it, if it's a concern of yours, do something about it. Because nobody in your audience can help you. If you have something going on, none of us can help you. You got to help yourself.
I don't know what my problem is. So that was very when I think back to yesterday, like what was I thinking? I really don't know. What was I thinking to just like go on and announce that I'm going to do a 40-day fast? I really
Because you wanted attention. You were clickbaiting everybody. That's why. And it's something you've done many times before.
really just have the weirdest ideas. I believe in the power of fasting, and I saw someone my size do a 21-day fast. And so then I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this. But I think the most realistic way for me to lose.
No, I don't know who you're watching, Chantal. You said somebody, you didn't say the person's name. But that person you're watching Do they have an enlarged heart? Do they have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease? Do they have a liver that's 3 to 4 times of what it should be? Do they have diabetes? Have they had blood clots in their lungs? They might have gone to a doctor and gotten the okay, but you haven't. So you can't just look at somebody and say, oh, I'm going to do what they're doing. No, if you know, and you do know you have health problems, you need to see a doctor. If anything, to see where you are inside, because you have no idea.
Any weight, which is also going to be good for my health, is to do what I've been doing, just counting calories for now. Incorporating one of these diet meals, I'm actually working on a vlog, so I'm going to put out this mukbang, and then I'm going to have a vlog also for like accountability, to show you guys what I ate today, because like just sitting here and telling you what I eat, who's going to believe?
You know what? A vlog, really, it's not accountability. It's content. Doing a vlog is not accountability. It's just content that she's putting on YouTube to make money. When the camera's turned off, we can't see what she's doing. We can't see what she's eating. And as I mentioned in the last React video that I did, when the camera's turned off, she can eat anything she wants. She can eat whatever amount of food that she wants. She can drink a ton of soda. How are we going to know? We're not going to know. But based on how calm she is right now, I guarantee you 1,000%, she's eating more than just this food. Because if she weren't, she'd be freaking the F out. This is a woman who's used to really big portions. She's used to eating whatever she wants, whenever she wants. So to go from that overabundance of food, that mass of food 24 hours a day, to just a little bit of food, and you don't think she's going to freak out? She will. She absolutely will. She's told us in the past with Salah that she will throw a temper tantrum if she didn't get her food. So how are we supposed to believe her when she says, oh, I'm doing this for accountability? No, you're not. You're doing it for content, and maybe you're doing it to get Salah off your back. Maybe you're telling him, yeah, I'm eating healthy. See, I'm doing these vlogs. But just because you do a vlog showing yourself eating one meal doesn't mean you're not eating 5 meals directly after that.
Believe me, right? So that would be stupid. So I'm going to show you everything I ate and the amount of calories at the end of the vlog each day, as well with the weigh-in. So I actually did lose some weight because I did water fast for the whole. So let's get into this. Hold on. Look at it. Big chunks of turkey and cheese. Yummy. Beauty bite. That's good.
She's a liar. She didn't like it. I'm sorry. That sandwich looks dry. It doesn't look nice.
I like most food, so.
You don't like that. Guarantee you don't like it.
Was craving soup and sandwich today. So, sorry. I water fasted most of the day. And it was pretty easy for most of the day. I wasn't that hungry.
Liar. You did not do that. During Ramadan, you could not deal with just going 6 to 8 hours without food. I know how you were handling it. You would eat all the food you could right up until the very last second where you had to stop. You would stuff yourself stupid, and then you go right to bed just so you could stay full longer. And by the time you got up, you could eat again. That's why you gained so much weight during Ramadan.
I think I saw a comment where someone was like, you're just like saying this now because you had a huge binge last night, and when you start to feel hungry, you'll cave. That's exactly it. But it wasn't just hunger. It was like, okay, I'm just going to give you a disclaimer. This is going to be kind of gross, okay? What I'm about to talk about. I'm not going to talk in detail about it, but I'm going to mention something that happened to me. So if you have like fear of people being sick, don't listen. I'm not going to go into detail. But so I started getting a headache late at night. And I was trying to make the bed because I washed our bed sheets. And pillowcases and all that stuff. So I'm making the bed. And I'm starting to feel really like dissociated from reality. Not just dizzy, but like actually dissociated from reality. Like it was a weird feeling I never really felt before. So
Look at her trying to drag out the time of the video. Look at her just pausing between bites and the silence. That's her just trying to make the video longer. I see you, Chantal. Running up the meter for Google AdSense. Go ahead.
what the heck? There's like weird chunks in the soup. What is this?
Get on with the story.
Oh. I think chunks of pumpkin. Cool. If you see a lot of jump cuts, I keep spilling things on myself. The sandwich is really good.
You know, that's another tell. When she's saying something that isn't true, she has to stop and think about what she's going to say. If you're telling a true story, you could just tell it because it's true. You don't have to sit there and make up details. So she's sitting there pausing and pausing and pausing because she's trying to make up a story and she's trying to make sure she doesn't give too many details away that she'll end up getting called out for.
So I thought, okay, I'm gonna like make the bed, just get through it, then lay down for a bit. Because I told myself, okay, every time you get nauseous and dizzy, because I was expecting to feel uncomfortable and a little sick, right, as you're detoxing and not eating and going through changes. Well, so I told myself I'll lay down. I lay down. The weird feeling did go away.
Before you say what happened, Chantal, question. Did you smoke a lot of shisha that night? Because shisha is equal to 100 cigarettes, about 90 to 100 cigarettes, and you've been smoking a lot. And if you smoke too much, that has the potential to make you nauseous and sick. I mean, I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing you or anything. Only a doctor would know what's going on. But you got to consider all of the elements, all of the moving parts, like what you were doing that day. We only know what you tell us and what you show us. But you've been going hard with the shisha. So were you smoking?
But then, like, I was like kind of thirsty, and I thought didn't like have so much water, but for some reason.
Oh, by the way, Chantal, this is something that I do know. When you're diabetic and you have very high blood sugar, you will get endlessly thirsty. So what were you eating or what were you drinking that maybe made your blood sugar go through the roof and you were thirsty?
I was getting sick of water. Like the thought of drinking more water on an empty stomach was making me feel ill, like nauseous. So I was like, well, I'm going to be drinking water for 40 days, so get used to it, kind of thing. So I sat up, drank some water, and my body was like, instantly, like it was like a reflex in my gut. I just like, this is the gross part. I gag and I just like got sick everywhere in the bathroom. So after that, I sort of felt like a pain in my chest, and I started getting my heart. I felt my heart racing, and that weird feeling of like dissociation came back, and I had white dots in front of my eyes this time.
And no doctor was called? You didn't go to the hospital? You didn't see a doctor, a paramedic, nothing? All this was going on and nothing happened?
That's where I thought I was gonna die. I'm like, I'm not having.
Okay, wait. So you put in the title, I almost died. Now you're saying I thought I was going to die. So you clickbaited everybody. You got everybody all concerned and clicking on your video for no reason. Liar.
A heart attack? Did I put my body through shock? Like what?
See, thinking you're going to die, having that thought, like you're being concerned, like is something happening to me, and saying to your audience, I almost died. Like this is a definite thing or two different things, y'all. The clickbait queen right here. Concerning your audience is not nice, Foodie.
So at this point, I was like, no way. I was like, I laid down after that. And after I started feeling, better, I was like, I have to eat something. I have to. And reading your comments and like talking to friends and family too, it was like a mixture of like.
Okay, hold on a second. So when she did the water fasting video, right? She confessed to us that after she ate the diet food, that she had the biggest bee moment she's had in a while. Maybe that's what made you sick, Foodie. Maybe, I don't know exactly what you ate and in what quantity, but you are diabetic. So if you ate too much and it raised your blood sugar, that could have been what made you feel nauseous and made you vomit. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose you. I'm not there. But maybe you just went way overboard and your body just said, enough with this. But even still, I would have been calling a doctor having those symptoms. You didn't. You may have felt really awful and maybe you were scared for a second, but you didn't go to the hospital. You won't see a doctor.
Sometimes I just need people to bring me back down to reality, and Salah too was like,
But you don't live in reality. You avoid it like the plague. If you lived in reality, you look at yourself in the mirror and say, I can't do this anymore. This isn't funny anymore. It's not a joke. My health is getting worse. I'm getting to a point where I can barely move. I can barely breathe. This is not funny. The only person I'm hurting is myself. I need to stop this. Salah's not helping you. He's enabling you, and he's going to continue to enable you as long as you pay him to be your companion. He's about 2 steps away from being a paid escort. He's just not doing the dirty with you, but still, he's your paid companion. And he's getting something out of the deal. So he's going to say yes to whatever you want just to keep that money flowing his way. He's not someone around who's going to tell you no.
I was wrong. And I think for sure I saw another like smart comment that was like, how about you try even just not eating? How about just try dieting like successfully for even a day? So I did actually eat. I didn't order. I was craving.
Oh, there's that word. There's that famous word. I was craving it. Oh, I hate that word. I mean, we all use it. We all say, I was craving something. It's normal. But Foodie, because she's got a problem with food, craving is a bad word because when you say I was craving it, you're giving yourself permission to do whatever it is you really shouldn't be doing. Understand? I was craving it, so it makes it okay. So when you make something okay, you're giving yourself permission to do it. That's why she shouldn't be using that word or thinking that way.
These beef burgers we have in the freezer. So I made a couple of those in the air fryer. Just the patties with a slice of cheese on each. Ketchup, mustard. Some cantaloupe. Probably not. I know beef after like being sick, but I think it was just because I was like, no, I don't want more water. I ended up making some Indomie and one bag of puffak, the cheesies. And I had some diet soda left in the fridge, so I had that.
There we go. How does soda help you get healthy? Look, I know that when you have a problem with food, trying to cut out everything, you just can't do it. You got to be gradual with it. But if she wants to get healthy and if Salah wants her to get healthy, why have soda in the fridge? That's a big no no. Fruit juices, sodas, bad for you. Liquid calories, liquid sugar. Your liquid calories count as much as your solid calories. If he wants her to get healthy, got to take that soda out the fridge, Salah.
And then I just like passed out after I ate and went to bed. I took my like.
There you go. And there's the other thing. After I ate, I went to bed. That's a nasty habit she's got. I'm going to eat and then I'm going to go to bed. You're not even burning off the calories. And you wonder how you're gaining weight, Foodie. That's how. That's exactly how you're doing it.
Medication and went to bed. Not the healthiest thing to eat, I know. But you'll see in my vlog, despite that, I still lost weight.
No, you didn't, you big liar. And I have a question. We saw her and Salah go to the produce market. Y'all remember, the place was huge. And they bought so much fruit. They bought so many figs. Where are the figs? We haven't seen her eat one fig on camera, have we? And she bought like, what, 3 or 4 cartons of those doggone things? Where are the figs? Why isn't she eating the figs? I mean, yeah, they're sweet, but they're good for her. We haven't seen her eat one fig. Where'd they all go?
I like to drink my soup.
Okay, Chantal, I've got a theory based on your behavior in this video. Are you still catering to the feeders? Because one of the things they like is to see a person drip food all over themselves, and you've done that several times in this video. You still trying to signal to them and make them happy?
I think it was because I water fasted all day. Or fasted all day. And then, you know, I was going to the bathroom a lot during the day. So I think I got rid of a lot of waste, like waste weight. And
Okay, question. If you've been fasting for 5 days, that means your body should be fairly empty of waste. And you just told us you were going to the bathroom all day, which means your system was full. It was full of waste. How could it be full of waste if you're allegedly not eating? You're telling on yourself. I know this is kind of gross, and I apologize to my viewers, but it's just scientific fact. At any given time, you have between 1 to 2 pounds of waste inside of you, like in your lower intestine. Your body can only hold so much, right? Your body's got its business to do. It's just, it is what it is. But you're telling me, Chantal, you were fasting for 5 days. Your system should have been clean as a whistle. So if you were fasting and you're eating nothing, why were you going to the bathroom all day? Huh? Answer me that.
Water weight. So I was 100% completely not able to follow through with it. And I think it was very unrealistic. But at the time that I made the video, it wasn't to me. I have to realize my limitations and be more.
I think part of your problem is you don't know how to build bridges between what you want and how to get there successfully. You start on one side with an idea. I want to get healthy. I want to do better. I want to fix my problem with food. But then you don't take the time to build a proper bridge to get to the other side. And the bridge is finding out information, talking to people, reaching out for help, figuring out a blueprint or a plan about how can I get to what I want. That's the bridge, the blueprint, the talking to people, the help, reaching out to people for the help. How can I make this dream of mine, this wish of mine into reality? So that when you put it in place and you follow the blueprint and you start to build up something new, you can get to the other side. You just stick to being on one side and then you don't build a bridge and you never get to the other side.
More realistic with everything. I'm too extreme. I'm too unrealistic.
Yep.
And I set myself up for failure, you know?
Again, you don't fail. You just don't try. You can't fail if you don't truly try. And you never try because you're too busy monetizing your problem. And as long as you're monetizing it, you'll never get over it. That's just facts.
I have a good friend who's sending me like Weight Watchers recipes. There's like so many foods that you can eat that are 0 points. And I know that sounds counterproductive when you're trying to lose weight, but
So are you looking for a system where you can eat the most food and get away with it? Oh, I can eat a bunch of food and 0 points. It still sounds like she's focusing on the massive food, like looking for something where she can consume large quantities of food. And that's always been a problem with her. She's all about, let me eat the most. Now she's looking for a system where she can eat the most and it's okay, rather than say, you know what, my portions are insane. I need to scale them back. I don't need all this food. I don't need this mass of food. I need to scale it all the way back as much as I can, as fast as I can. For her, it's all about eating in bulk, and she doesn't care if it's healthy or not healthy. It's about bulk. Well, bulk is not good for you, Chantal, obviously.
the way they explained it is basically like you have a certain amount of points, and if you like for a certain amount of foods, they're trying to get you in into the habit of limiting the bad foods, the higher calorie, not as nutritious foods.
You know what, Chantal? I'll do you a solid, even though you don't deserve it. You're an evil person. I'll still do you a solid by telling you a little cheat as far as eating in bulk. You can eat in bulk. You just have to eat the right foods in bulk, healthy stuff. If you are in a situation where you want to eat in bulk and you're striving for that full feeling, you can kind of fool your stomach by eating the right foods in bulk. You can eat things that have fiber in them because you'll stay full longer. You can eat a lot of salad. That's bulk. It's a massive food and it's healthy and it's low in calories. You can make a healthy stew or a soup. It's mainly water that'll fill you up faster. I mean, there's all kinds of little tips and tricks. If you're looking for bulk, that's a way to get it without going crazy on the really heavy, unhealthy stuff.
The idea of like having free unlimited fruits and vegetables, basically foods that you're less likely to binge on, and it gets you in the habit of eating more of those foods and eating less of the ones that cost more points. It makes sense now.
So, big question. You're so fixated on food. What do you have in your life to put your interest on, to put your attention on besides food? Because that's all you got right now. You need to fixate on something else, anything else, and it doesn't involve food, some other activity. What have you got going on? Nothing? You know what happens when you have nothing else? You're going to focus back on food.
So let's say you have a bad day, you blow all your points on junk food at Taco Bell. You can come home and have free fruits and vegetables.
Oh, so you're already looking at that? You're already considering that? Just going to Taco Bell and blowing all your points and, oh, it's okay if I eat one Taco Bell meal, I'll just eat the fruit. She's already considering that crap.
Or some 0 points turkey chili with some salad or. So
Her mind is already going in that avenue of, let me find a workaround. I can still have my fast food and I can spend all my points on one meal that I really like as long as afterwards I just eat some fruit. So she's already trying to figure out a way to get her fix and still stay within the boundaries of I'm still a good girl. Still trying to work around and get her fast food fix. This is why she needs help. This is why she needs inpatient.
so I'm probably going to embark on that, but I might try the whole day of diet food for like a month. I'm not sure yet.
So you'll consider Weight Watchers or some other program where it tells you, oh, you can eat the naughty foods as long as you do this. But as far as the diet foods, which may be healthier for you, you're like, oh, I'll think about it. Why do you need to think about it? And it's because you're looking at the other option, the way to get your fast food fix. That's why.
But I will have my vlog out after I go to the gym because I'm going to put some gym footage in there and my
Why not?
weigh in and what I ate today. So that's what the vlog is going to be. So stay tuned for that later tonight.
No, what you need to do is go to the doctor and see where you are physically inside to make sure it's safe for you to work out. Honestly, because no gym wants to have a walking liability walk in their front door. I mean, you don't know where you are, Chantal. You've got an enlarged heart. You've got a bad liver. Who knows? You might work out and something might happen in the gym. Get yourself checked out.
Um, I'm going to take it easy at the gym. I'm going to be more careful. I don't know. I think it would have happened anyway. My back. It happens on and off for a few days. It's feeling a bit better depending on the position. Like if I'm standing, it's better actually.
I think she's lying about her gym injury because she claimed that she was on the treadmill and she, as she said, popped her back. But then after she popped her back, she was lifting weights. How can you do that with a bad back? I think she's just deliberately trying not to work out and using the whole excuse about my back hurts to keep from going.
weird. Sitting like this is the worst.
Then why are you
I think
doing
it's a
it?
sciatica nerve because it does go down my leg.
Let me tell you something, madam, about sciatica nerve pain. I've had that. It sucks. It hurts so much. And if you have sciatica nerve pain, you make the smallest movement and you have pain shooting down your leg and up your back. It is sharp pain. It hurts so much. I haven't seen you wince once. So you a liar.
So but the counting calories, I used to hate it. Found it daunting, but now I find it It's not, because it kind of helps with my obsession about food. Like, I get to plan what I'm going to eat, and there's so many different options as long as it fits in my calories.
Anybody trust her that she's counting the calories and sticking to this? No, I don't either. I don't believe her.
That being said, I'm not going to make it a habit of eating. I don't want to eat like cheesies and chips and junk food.
No, you'll eat those off camera. We can't see you, and Salah can't see you either. She'll eat all that stuff off camera. And she'll keep Salah fooled for a little while, but then he's going to figure out she's been lying because she'll put on more weight. You know, your body's going to tell on you, even if your mouth doesn't, Chantal.
Empty food, because I just don't feel well after. So I'm going to try to make it like more nutritious. But I like this. Like, you have that soup was, by the way, like, so delicious. Oh my gosh, it was creamy and sweet and cheesy. Oh. All right, Ollie. Smells vanilla-y. So it looks like some kind of, I think it's puff pastry or something with like a custard. What is this?
I'm sorry. I mean, not to be judgmental, but that looks nasty. It doesn't look very nice. And why does she need dessert? Why does she need sugar?
Doesn't look very good, but
You're right, it doesn't.
beauty bite.
Oh. Y'all, look at that face. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God. Look at that face. Look. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Look. Look. Oh, I live for moments like this. I love it. Love it. You know she hates that food. Look. Look at those brows. You make your brows look like that when you don't like what's going on. Look. She's got those frown brows going on. She's not happy with it. Like, nope. Her mind is going, nope, this ain't it.
And I don't know how to explain it.
Well, you're not saying it's delicious. You're not saying yummy. You're not saying fresh. So you hate it. You absolutely hate it. Just say it. I don't like it. It doesn't taste good. It's okay. If you try a meal, Chantal, and there's something you don't like, just say, I don't like it. Or it's okay. Or it's not the best it could be. Just be honest. You don't have to say everything is yummy if it's not. It's okay to say, I don't like this.
It has the texture of like a cross between a wet bread pudding and rice pudding.
How can you have your pudding if you don't eat your meat?
It tastes like
Crap.
vanilla custard.
Now I know she doesn't like it, because if she loved it, she'd be eating it at light speed. She's going slow with it. When does Foodie Beauty eat slow? She doesn't. If it were really delicious, she would have that done in like 3 or 4 bites. She's picking at it. Oh my God. She's picking at it. Like a kid would be picking at their broccoli at the dinner table. She's picking at it. Like, I don't want to eat this. And don't eat it. You shouldn't have it anyway. It's dessert. Picking at it. Picking at it. Look. I'm sorry. I find this amusing. I love it. This person who devours food at light speed, not liking dessert. Look.
I'm kind of full. That soup was filling.
Oh, there's another tell. I'm kind of full. So she ate a tiny sandwich and a little bit of soup, and now she's claimed to be full. No, you ain't. You lie. You're not full. Unless you ate another meal before this one, then you might be full, but I don't think you're full. You know what I think is going to happen, Foodie? I think you're not liking this food and you're rushing to get off camera and go to the kitchen and make something you really like or order another meal or something. You're saving space for other food. That's what I think.
Mm, very delicious.
No, it ain't. Why the F you lying? You know you're always lying.
So I'm wondering what kind of like they if I go if I take the plunge and do the 3 meals a day.
You can tell she hates it. She's got that one little section of the dessert. She's not like putting her fork in all of it. She don't like it. She doesn't like it.
With the diet centers. I feel like I'm like, what kind of eggs? That's probably going to be a lot of eggs. I had some eggs today, which you'll see what I had for breakfast in my.
I wonder if Salah told her she has to eat this food. Not that he could force her to eat, but he's like, you need to eat this. So for his benefit, she's doing this vlog to show, yeah, I ate some of it.
Vlog later.
She's taking her time with dessert. When has that ever happened with Foodie? Ever. In the history of Foodie Beauty, when has this ever happened? Never.
I had. Yeah, so I don't know why I'm laughing. What? I'm very brain dead today. So
Well, that's an everyday occurrence, but go ahead.
I had breakfast. Now this is like my lunch, and then I'm gonna when I come home from the gym, I took out some chicken breast. I'm gonna make something with it. I don't know what yet. So stay tuned for that. I'm used to eating maybe close like 4,000 calories a day, probably.
That's entirely too much. Just to put it in perspective, I am 5'4", and I'm not like athlete active, but I'm fairly active. I'm not too sedentary. I'm 4 inches taller than Chantal. I weigh 130 pounds. To maintain a healthy weight, I should be eating between 1,800 and 2,000 calories. She's 5 foot tall, so she's shorter than me. She's eating twice the amount of calories that I eat. Sometimes I eat less than 1,800. Depends on how I feel and how hungry I am and what's going on. 4,000 calories, Foodie. That's too much. If you decreased your calorie intake by, say, 1,000 calories or 2,000 calories, you would drop weight without fasting. Just control your portions, mama. Stop eating all the food that has no nutrition in it. But just keep that in mind that I'm taller than you and you're shorter and you're eating twice the amount of calories that I do. For what purpose? You go nowhere, you do nothing. This is insane.
Sometimes more.
So I did my homework. It takes between 400, like 4,000 to 5,000 calories to maintain between 400 and 500 pounds. So anybody out there wondering what is her weight, there's your answer. For her to maintain being in the 400s or 500s, she has to eat that much. If she eats more than that, she's gaining weight.
So to eat, I think, my day will be around 1,700 calories.
But you're not eating that much, because if you were eating 1,700 calories, you'd be dropping weight like crazy, and we could see it. We'd see it in your face. Because the last time you lost weight, I noticed the change in your face. I could see more of your cheekbones. I could see that your ears were starting to show a little bit more. They weren't plastered to your head. I could see the weight loss when you lost that 50 to 70 pounds when you were with Natter. When you lose weight, it shows up in your face. And I don't see any weight loss in your face.
To eat that much less is still going to have me lose some weight. Which is nice. I like this, but would I get it again? Probably not.
You don't like it. Just say you don't like it. You're taking your time eating it. You're not going to town on it. You hate it. And you just said, if I had to order it and eat it again, would I? No, that means you hate it. Because if you loved it, you'd order it 2, 3, 4 times in a row. Maybe you're eating it because that's the only sweet you're being allowed right now, and you know it. She don't like it.
Okay. Well,
or maybe she's trying to paint this picture with Salah of, look, I'm doing better. I didn't eat all of my dessert. And again, Salah, what she eats on camera is what she eats on camera. But it doesn't mean she didn't have a meal or dessert or snacks or anything before the camera was turned on or after the camera was turned off. If you're not there 100% of the time, how do you know what she's eating? You're not going to know that she's lying to you until she gains more weight. All she's doing is stalling for time to make you happy. But you'll figure it out. You'll figure out eventually that she's a liar and she's going to do what she's going to do. You'll figure it out one day.
this is like there's pistachios in it too.
But I thought you liked pistachios.
Most Arabic sweets have pistachio in it. I love pistachio. Have you ever had pistachio ice cream? It's so good.
Look how happy she got talking about ice cream. You guys just noticed that? She's talking about pistachio ice cream, and immediately she got a sparkle in her eye and a smile on her face. She wasn't smiling eating this dessert.
Okay, guys. So I'm happy that I'm eating again because that was, like I said, my body. Oh, my back. My body is not the same as it was, even just 5 years ago.
No, it's gotten worse. It's gotten much worse. I mean, even in your villa days, even with the Natter days, you were not doing the things that you're doing now. Never in the history of Foodie Beauty were you ripping out of your clothes. You couldn't find clothes to wear. You're breaking couches. You're breaking shower drains. These are all things that happened after you went to Kuwait. And these are all warning signs that you need to turn this whole thing around.
I don't know what happened, but whatever happened was like, I know I can't do that anymore. So I promise no more water fasts, okay? Because that was scary. Like I was really like, oh my gosh. And I started thinking, what if I have to go to the hospital here? And I was just worried, like I don't know how it works. I went to a clinic, but I don't know. I'm just like afraid of doing things that are new.
What she just said was very important. She said, I'm afraid of doing anything new. She's afraid of change. And I get it, Chantal. Change is sometimes frightening. It can frighten some people. When you have a routine of doing things and then you think about living your life in another way, it can be frightening. But what you should be thinking about is what's going to happen if I don't change? If I stay on this path, what can happen to me? So change may be frightening, but think about the negative possibilities if you don't change and you stay on the path that you're on. That's what should frighten you the most. If you would honestly try to change, things might get better. But if you never try, things will only proceed to get worse. She has said before that change frightens her. But she shouldn't be thinking about that. She'd be thinking about what happens if I don't change? Where will I end up? How will things be? You need to change, foodie. You really do. You're a horrible, rotten, vile, evil person. My mind will never change about that. But your health is literally in your hands. And you decide your fate every time you pick up a spoon or a fork. You are deciding the path of your life every time you sit down and you eat something. And your body is screaming for change. I don't know why you insist on punishing your body, putting it through all kinds of hell, but you do. And it's amazing that you've gone this long without a medical emergency. But keep in mind that your body can only put up with so much, and it's doing its best. It's doing its very best to keep up with everything you're throwing down your throat. But you're stressing it out too much. Things have to change.
You know what I mean? Like I have extra anxiety because of that. I'm like, what if I have to call an ambulance? Everyone's gonna look at me here. Like, I don't know. It just felt like
Is that what you're concerned about? Oh, I'm gonna have to call an ambulance. Everyone's gonna look at me. You're so concerned about vanity. You ridiculous woman. Oh, everybody's gonna look at me. What about what happens to you? And if in the hospital, you're so concerned about people seeing you and looking at you, but you're not thinking about anything else beyond that. Oh, you're so stupid.
excuse me. No ERBs in here. No ERBs in here. So if I can't get in at the Royal Pharmacy, forget it.
Oh, so she's pretty much done. So she's going to fill up the last 2 minutes with nothing. She's done eating. It's like, okay, I'm done eating. There's really nothing to talk about. I'm just going to sit here and run up the meter and, make the video just a little bit longer with absolutely nothing.
Anyway, that was very delicious. The soup.
Stop lying. You didn't like the meal. You really didn't like the rice pudding. And I love that for you. I love it the most. I love it. I love the fact that you didn't like it. I love it. Especially considering how you were talking about Pink Floyd and singing Pink Floyd. That's Pink Floyd karma right there, singing one of their songs. They made the rice pudding gross to get back at you. I'm loving that. Love it the most. So that's it for this react, y'all. I think we're done here. She probably doesn't have much to say. And if she does, it's nothing important. We can just skip past that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this react video. And let me know what you feel about the new intro, because I really put that together and I had fun with it. So thank you guys for watching. Everybody have a great Father's Day. Take care and bye now.